Right now, if you wanted to kill something for food, you'd open a fridge. You'd unwrap a piece of meat that someone, somewhere, killed for you with a gun, a bolt, or a blade. You wouldn't see it happen. You wouldn't smell it. You wouldn't have to look the animal in the eye. For most of human history, that wasn't an option. If you wanted to eat meat, you had to find a living animal, get close to it, and end its life with whatever was in your hands, which, for a very long stretch of our story, was nothing. No spears, no bows, no knives sharp enough to matter. Just a body that couldn't run faster than a deer, couldn't bite harder than a wolf, couldn't climb faster than a chimp, and had no fangs, claws, horns, or armor of any kind. So how did your ancestors hunt animals when they had nothing to hunt them with? The answer is one of the strangest and most quietly terrifying things humans have ever done, and it explains something about your own body that you probably never connected to a hunt. Let's start with what we actually know. For roughly the first 2 million years of the human story, our ancestors weren't really hunters at all. They were scavengers. In 1981, archaeologist Louis Binford published a study that changed how anthropologists thought about early humans. He examined cut marks on animal bones from sites in East Africa and found something specific. The cut marks made by stone tools were almost always layered on top of tooth marks made by larger predators. In other words, lions and hyenas killed the animal first. Humans showed up later. This wasn't glorious, it wasn't brave. It was patient, opportunistic, and often dangerous. Early humans would watch from a distance, wait for the predators to finish, and then run in to grab whatever was left. Usually that meant bones. The marrow inside was rich in fat and calories that almost nothing else could digest. We had the tools to crack bone open. The lions didn't. We were the cleanup crew for 2 million years. And then, somewhere along the way, we got bolder. The first real shift came with stone tools. The earliest known stone tools, found at Lomekwi in Kenya, are 3.3 million years old. By 1.7 million years ago, our ancestors were making proper hand axes, sharp on both edges, heavy enough to break bone, light enough to throw. A hand axe is not a weapon in the modern sense. You can't kill a buffalo with one, but you can use it to butcher a carcass faster than any predator can finish eating it, which means you can steal kills. You can run in, club a smaller scavenger, hack off a leg, and run away before the lions come back. This is what humans did for hundreds of thousands of years. We weren't hunters, we were thieves. But here's where it gets fascinating. While our hands were getting better at holding tools, our bodies were quietly evolving into something no other animal on the planet had ever been. We were becoming the world's most efficient long-distance runners. In 2004, 2 researchers, Daniel Lieberman at Harvard and Dennis Bramble at the University of Utah, published a paper in Nature called Endurance Running and the Evolution of Homo. They argued that the human body was specifically built for one thing, running for a very long time without stopping, long legs, springy tendons, the ability to sweat through millions of pores instead of panting, a nuchal ligament in the back of the neck that keeps the head stable while running, big gluteal muscles that exist in no other primate. Every part of us is designed to run all day, and no other animal can do that. A cheetah can hit 70 miles per hour, but only for 30 seconds. A deer can outrun a human in a sprint, but it has to stop to cool down, because it can't sweat the way we do. It pants, and panting requires standing still. Humans can sweat while moving. We can run, cool down, and keep running, all at the same time. This is the foundation of something called persistence hunting, and it's how ancient humans killed animals without weapons. You don't ambush the deer, you don't outrun it, you jog after it, you track it, you follow it for 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours. Every time it runs, it overheats slightly. Every time it stops to cool down, you catch up. It runs again, it overheats more. Eventually, it collapses, from heat stroke, from exhaustion, from a body that was built to escape predators in short bursts, hunted by a predator built for the long, slow chase. and then you walk up and kill it with a rock, with a sharpened stick, with your hands, if you had to. This still exists. Anthropologists have documented persistence hunting among the San people of the Kalahari Desert. As recently as the 2010s, they've filmed hunters running down a kudu antelope on foot in 100-degree heat for over 6 hours. The animal collapses. The hunter walks up to it, exhausted but not dying, and ends the hunt. We are the only species on Earth that can do this. Not lions, not wolves, not bears. Us. But persistence hunting wasn't the only trick. There were others, and some of them were even more clever. Across cultures, ancient humans used the landscape itself as a weapon. At a site called Olorgesailie in Kenya, archaeologists found evidence that humans were driving large mammals over cliffs as early as 700,000 years ago. The hunt didn't require a sharp tool. It required coordination. A group of humans on one side, shouting and waving. The animals panicked. They ran. They didn't see the drop. By the time they did, gravity finished the job. At Bouxwiller in France and at Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, the same pattern shows up. Bones piled at the bottom of cliffs, mass deaths that no single hunter could have caused. Then there was fire. Ancient humans used fire to drive game. They'd set sections of grassland alight and herd animals toward waiting hunters. They used smoke to flush prey out of dense brush. They burned forests deliberately to create grasslands where the animals they wanted to hunt would gather. We weren't just chasing animals, we were engineering the environment to deliver them to us. And here's the part that should make you stop for a second. You still have all of it. Your body is still built to run for hours. Your skin still sweats more efficiently than any other animal alive. Your brain still processes patterns and tracks across long distances. The reason you can run a marathon, the reason endurance athletes exist as a category, the reason humans have raced ostriches and horses in long-distance contests and won, is because every single one of us is descended from people who outlasted animals for a living. You're not a hunter anymore, but your body still is. So here's the full picture. For 2 million years, your ancestors stole food from things that could kill them. For another 500,000 years, they used basic tools to push the boundary a little further. Then, somewhere along the way, their bodies became something no other species had ever been. Slow in a sprint, unbeatable in a chase, patient, persistent, unstoppable on a long enough timeline. They didn't outfight the animals, they outlasted them. And now you sit at a desk in clothes designed for indoor air conditioning, descended from people who could run an antelope to death under the African sun. You don't need to hunt anymore. You haven't needed to for thousands of years. But the body that did it is still yours. It's just waiting for you to use it for something.